It is I, Barbarella. Yes, Queen of the Archons. Or those are like my brothers, but I do kick their ass quite a bit.
I figured that out.
And they do try to take over worlds such as yours. I have been on this world briefly. Of course, only thing that they humans remember is more of my skirt and what I look like than what I actually did. But that's fine.
So they have sexualized you a bit here.
Well, that's more that is part of me. That's the only part they really wanted to remember.
Okay.
They forgot about everything else. I can kick the ass of men too. They didn't want to put that in there. They just want me like a little cute little kitten. But I can put men in their place too, like any reptilian or anything like that. Let's put it that way.
I like that. And you're kind of muscular type of how do you look like?
Well, I can be very feminine looking, very skinny, like a little girl, and then I can just punch you in the face, basically, and throw them across the room, basically.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, sometimes I like to look vulnerable. That way, if someone messes me, I can just throw them around, basically. So
Oh,
it's for a reason. I can look muscular, but usually I go for more of the fem because that way they don't see me as a threat.
of
So
course not.
you see a big bulky woman walk in, it's like, oh great. So
Yeah, deal with that.
I have like the strength of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, but more. But yeah, I can kick his ass too. But I just look like a little, oh,
So do you have
primitive.
like kick-ass tours in Astral, which people from this reality come and visit you and they want to try out if
Yes,
your words are up for it?
yes. Not everything has been downloaded to your world. There's like an arena. There can be, yes. I don't usually need a weapon. I know what I'm doing. I know how to use my hands. Some might take that in another way, but that's fine.
So when I connect to your energies, I also see your weapon is a kind of a gun, like a vape gun.
Yes.
Like it can. What does it do, basically?
Well, I can do whatever I want. It does. I am also very good at mind control, also. So I can seduce men. You know, men are seducing women all the time. I can do that to them too.
I
It's
think I
almost
know
like,
the game.
oh yes, I can get into their minds and just. It's almost like the Force you see in your Star, but a lot more. I don't have to be a wizard. Like I just go into their minds and start messing with them. I can even sexualize them too. They get aroused and they don't know where that's coming from. That's another way of giving them an orgasm and just walk right by. Normally it's done by men. But yes, I do have a gun, yes, that it basically does what I tell it to do. It can be fire, it can be wind, it can be whatever I want it to be.
Yes, and what is this this thing I connect to? I can see you going into. You're basically with your brothers there,
Yes.
and you're playing this. I would call. Um, it's like an imitation game where you go into and you play and you vape out the worlds. I can see that.
Yes.
You have who's the best shooter or what?
Well, yes, you do. You can say tryouts to who can go with me on a mission. You can do it like that. I'm always prepared, but I'm not old work either. But I'm just always prepared to kick some ass, you can say. But I do have leisure time. Even there, I'm always on the defense. You can say I'm like a galactic spy.
Yeah.
And James Bond is kind of a whiner, and he's not as he's. It should be me on there instead of him as a secret agent. He's
Word.
kind of a.
I like
He's
what you're saying.
not the best lover. Trust me, and he's just kind of lame.
Yeah.
And even when they depict me on your world, they're gonna make me look kind of uninteresting too. But he is lame even in your astral. He's trying to get better, but at least in my eyes, it's still
So to make it clear, you're not looking like Jane Fonda. I know you're not.
No, but I can. I can look similar to that.
Yeah. So, of course, the costume, and
Hmm.
so we're coming back to that. But anyways, you're a neutral queen,
Yes.
and you're looked up to as a queen. You have been chosen, or is it a archon? I don't know. Is
Well,
it
I worked up to it. I worked my way up, basically.
so you are not chosen. You have to be in kind of a hierarchy.
Well, I showed that nobody can mess with me, basically. So
So
I just did basically just be myself. I wasn't looking to be a queen or anything like that. So I just kind of given that position because nobody would mess with me anymore. So, and they still do, of course, because I am a target. They wanted to battle the best, you could say. So I am attracting attention I don't really want to attract.
okay, and you're not hiding your powers either.
It depends on the mission, but usually no.
Yeah.
So usually, like as a spy, I use the art of seduction, and I don't have to lift a finger. Usually, I can just seduce men in their minds, basically, and just walk through a room, and they're all just kind of like little kids.
Can I have some downloads from you? Like that would
Yes,
be.
I would do what's permitted, but yes, I would do what I can.
You can also do something. Oh, just kidding. But anyways, like people will kind of know what made the movie. How was it down channeled to the creator, which would be Roger Vadim?
Yes, I believe it went to a male.
Yeah.
Basically, that was one of my lovers, and that's the only part he could really remember was the sexual side of it. But so he kind of, I told him of other adventures. Of course, he kept much of it out. Now, that weapon that is done in Tau Ceti is very real. The Tau Cetians can create weapons that are just, they don't try to cause harm, but they can. And they're just inventors, basically. And there's some humans that go there and take advantage of it. They steal it, that is all real. So, that one that downloaded, yes, is a lover and kind of only remembered what he wanted to. I think he wants to make sequels to and other things. So
So it was kind of bizarre, but it was a good movie in the 1968 when it came out. People
yes, it
were
was. I
oh,
am. I'm still glad. At least I got my message out. That's a part of me that is okay to exploit. That's fine.
cool.
Gets
I
attention.
got a Barbarella poster and I hang it up, and I didn't even know what I bought it because of the figure, and she held a gun, and it was so cool.
Yes.
And then I connected to these things, which was awesome.
Yes, I do have advanced weapons also that are, created by me also. I have others that do, but also I use my abilities to do it. I'm not perfect, but I'm more like a warrior princess, yes. But it's not all war, but it seems to be if you want to get things done, yeah, connect to me. And I've
Why did
been,
they call you a neutral queen?
well, because I'm not out to be on anyone's side. I'm out to do what's right, but it is just I'm not there to those that are doing negativity. I'm not out to destroy them. Basically, I'm there to stop what they're doing, but I let them be, let them live. Usually,
Okay.
I don't like to kill anyone. Let's put it that way.
No, no. So
This,
the
yes.
Arkham brothers, what do they do when they're around?
Well, usually they fly ships. They're like my lieutenants. Some of them have gotten to be more of a warrior, but some of them just are tired of war, and so am I. But I still can. It's part of my DNA, what I was created for. So a lot of them are peacemakers, basically. Of course, they throw me in there to create the peace, you could say.
Cool, cool
So
brothers. So we're in our history here on Earth, the Archons are looked as bad boys and bad
yes.
girls, basically. And in your opinion about our view on it, what is that?
but they've been misrepresented. Represented. They are, yes, they are. Well, there are negative ones that cause, yes, a lot of your downfalls of your Atlantis. They have caused a lot of your, during your Black Plague, they're very much involved with that. But they are like a priesthood, but a positive priest energy. Basically, they are like a holy energy. They can't be like an angel. They can't be like that. Basically, basically one person can arrive on your world and just instantly clear out negativity. That's where some of that priest energy comes from, but it's been manipulated on your world. And usually, it is a man that can appear on your world and just send out positive energies and help humans see what's going on, get you more of a. They're there to inform humanity, not to shut it down. And here they're here to shut it down. They're here to control it instead of enlightenment. This false enlightenment, basically.
Because in your view on this earth, how do you look at Earth, Gaia, from your way? I don't know if you're in the future or in the past or in each time or time.
Well, I can be at all places, but
Yeah, of course.
on your yes, it is yes under the overlords of negative archons have basically ruled your planet through finances, same as your other beings, but the archons basically have added implants to humans also to deter them from awakening. So if an archon energy is normally with those that are asleep. Now you can clear that out, but they wonder why people are so asleep on their world is because the archon vibration is like a cocoon in some regard.
Yeah, I remember going through the Archon reincarnation cycle, and I went in the back door there. Instead of going as human after you die, you go through it. I basically appeared as I was already dead.
Yes.
And I haven't even lived yet. So I took that reincarnation cycle before I even reincarnated. They already had my story lined up there. Like I already had lived. They thought they knew better. So I took out some archons there that wouldn't supposed to be there. But you know all the story basically. I don't know if you like that. But anyways, what is your connection with the archons that are the negative ones? Have you been warning them, telling them, or trying to remove them yourself?
Well, I'm only allowed to assist so much because I'll interfere too much. Basically, if you go into the hive mind and interfere with too much, humans here will get very depressed because they're so used to. As humans incarnate, they incarnate within the Archon matrix.
Yeah.
It's an easier way to get in. So in the Archon matrix, there are other ways of getting in, but the Archon matrix does shut down everything. Basically, I'm just a human. There's nothing here. I'm part of a religion. I'm all part of what the third dimension is offering. So it's very difficult for them to, and that's the majority of your planet. Of course, the reptilians and other beings involved, but the Archons basically have done it the best way. This is why it's so hard for people to awaken, is because if you're born in that, you can wake up. It's just not easy. You have to truly throw everything out, and many are not willing to do that.
Or be crazy.
Yes, exactly.
Because they don't want you to be crazy.
Yes.
That's
yes, medications and stuff. Yes.
That's they look at it as a bad thing to go crazy. It's like a program that has failed.
So, yes, if people are looking for an answer of Archon manipulation, it is massive. It takes, yes, you connect to basically the high mind of the Archons, and there are positive ones here, of course, but they can't interfere with free will. As any, yes, they can bring assistance, they can help you, but it's up to the person to change, and this is a dramatic change. Even if some don't think it is, it actually is, because some are just not. So worlds like yours have been, attacked by Archons from the very beginning. So it is like, their strength got stronger over time, as you can see.
But I also have heard that the Archons, their energy is needed to support life on Earth. Without the Archons, everything would extinct.
Well, they've been here such a long time. They're part of the DNA of the Earth, you can say.
Okay. So
So
we remove the archons. I think we go.
yeah, it won't. Well, basically, its idea is removed from the programming. Basically, look at it that way. So yes, they won't most likely leave, but you'll just not be in their matrix energy anymore. You will heal their matrix energy as you awaken. You actually heal what you've been through.
Yeah, I know there's few people I've seen going through the arcane reincarnation cycle multiple times,
Yes,
and they kind of they know because it's so contracted also. Right? They actually know. Some people like wake up at the end and they ask, "How many times have I been in the cycle?"
exactly.
They know like 88. 88. Who has been more than me? And then they check out who has been more or less. And yeah, so it's kind of interesting for me. What I see, it's kind of interesting.
Well,
And also,
someone to experience, never experienced an archon experience like this before. That's why so many humans are having difficulties waking up. They've never seen anything like this before. So they want. It's like you're at a movie. You don't want to leave. You know, you've been there. You overdid your stay. Also, you can awaken, but many choose not to. They hold on. It's like death. People hold on before they. Somebody time to go. Time to go. 10, 20 years later, and they're still here on your world because they're not willing to let go. It's the same as your ascension. Many are in the 3D environment that can leave but choose not to, as you can see. Same
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So sometimes I hit them over the head with my sword, but that doesn't work either.
Cool. Do you have a sword?
Oh yes,
Is it nice?
of course. It's a one of those short ones, but it's at a good length. It's not a very long.
Okay. Do you have a bracelet, which
Yes,
is featured? And this bracelet doesn't have any function.
yes, it does have the controls that you've seen. Yes, it does. It taps into the Earth's energy. It gives me knowledge of what world I'm on too. Sometimes if there's something I need to know,
Oh yeah,
it
I can
helps
see that now.
helps with my abilities basically.
Yeah, and it scans everything too.
Yes,
Cool.
it's a protect. Your aliens have something similar to that too. Not necessarily a bracelet.
I wish I could have it here, like for real. And what are your view about love? When you look at people chasing other love, what is your love life? Is it lovers or is it uh basically concubine type of,
Well,
what is it?
on your world, we'll give it on your world. It's mostly lust,
Yeah.
seen as love. Lust. They get married to lust. They're marrying lust. Wonder why the relationships don't last very long because it's all lust. When the lust burns out, relationship goes to pot. That is the number one thing on your world is lust. It's not love. You see somebody and fall in love, that is all lust. There's nothing wrong with it, but it does die out eventually. Do you know this person? No, I just care about what the person looks like and that whatever it is that they're wearing.
And not even what they look like, but yeah.
That too, yes. It can go into status, it can go into whatever it is that you're attracted. It is mostly a lust energy. But as for true love, even in my realities, it's similar, but the relationships last a lot longer. It is usually go for 5 years, 10 years, but usually have multiple lovers. And it's not taken all that seriously either. It's like when you grow apart, you grow apart. If it's less, we'll just fine. We'll just see where that goes, and it usually doesn't last very long.
The down channel story is where Barbarella has multiple lovers
Yes,
throughout the movie, right? So this is your ex-lover Vadim remembers you like that, like
yes,
yeah, you're slut basically. So this is what I want to picture you as on Earth. I think that it is like you're open for the experiences. I think even with different kind of species, right?
yes.
So
Well, another thing is one thing about a sexual relationship. Sometimes you have to do that with a male to get his mind to think right. It's like we're trying to get out of this situation, you're not thinking. So fine, you want to go there, we'll go there, just to get your
I,
mind.
I so love you right now. I like the idea. I like where it's going.
Yeah.
At think people should wake up to actually see that this is kind of real. It is.
Oh yes.
So I have myself figured out that I'm not chasing love. Love is an illusion here for me. It's not
Yes.
that I'm sad, hardened, or in a kind of or had a bad experience. Is that I have awakening to my powers or whatever you can call it, and basically have love for myself, and that is good enough. And I think you too
Well,
are
yes.
that.
It is. What is it is not true love on your world. Sometimes it is. Yes, it is very small. Those that are married for a long time, that's usually a true love energy. Sometimes, not always, but for the most part, it is. But true love on your world is more financially. It's about finances. It's about this. It's like they have a list of things. If you hit all these qualifications, so it is kind of a difficult relationship situation here. So that's why many are all alone here because they just not interested in it. It doesn't attract them anymore. It's like yeah, looks might, but the situation doesn't.
Cool. I would like to know also, as an Archon Queen,
Hmm.
so what are you? Are you like a being that are, because humans write that you're synthetic somehow. So who created you? And
Well, more of a Palladian race at this time. I can be of other, but with the Palladian race, as for the human, I can be different species, but because of the Barbarella connection here, more of Palladian energy here. Syrians, I don't get along with them very well, but I do go to Syrian world. Sometimes I have to be a Syrian queen there too. But the Archons, I'm always connected to them, but I'm usually a humanoid like you see.
yeah,
So I
I see.
do clear out Archon agendas, you can say.
Yeah, because you know them quite well. You
Yes.
know where you know how they think, and you know where they want to hit next, and you basically go there before it happens. And
Yes,
you
and
can't
yes,
clear it out.
and reptilians can be terrible lovers also.
Terrible. Why terrible?
Terrible lovers.
Not good ones though.
Depends on the reptilian. They're too
So
aggressive.
you
They didn't
have
know everything too. It's like a football. It's like one reptilian is almost like 12 football players, and it's like I don't need this. It's just you don't have to keep showing that you're tough every couple of minutes. Some are just adolescents.
yeah. You don't even know. Yeah, I get that. You have to own your shit, not talk
Yeah,
about.
so the negative reptilians on their world are like they're like children in some regard. They are just they're not getting their way, so they aggressive against your world.
Just to clear that out, you're not being arrogant. You just know what you are and what you're good for. That's a big
Yeah, I
difference.
suppose that's my perspective. Let's put it that way.
Cool.
That doesn't go for all of them. It just only goes for a certain amount.
So, how do you look like the spiritual awakening? Is it something you look forward to, or do you wish to, like, do you think that is well, how do you look at spiritual awakening on Earth?
Oh, it is. Yes, it is very difficult for many to believe all of this. They have not experienced, have not seen like alien interactions, and that will take time. It's just right now. It is. Yes, a lot of it's government influence that's causing a lot of alien energies not to be seen, but that's going to change from what it seems. There is humans are more allowing your interaction to happen. So as for the spiritual, because physical alien visits will help people awaken, and so that'll be done in a way where it is useful instead of just bringing terrifying energies.
Yeah.
So little by little, as for spiritual development, it's going to take some time for the human to recognize their power. They're not really ready to see what they're capable of. They feel as if they don't have any power, and that's not true.
And you, by allowing the movie to be created, you kind of left your energy here. You
Yes.
have already your energy written, and and I also see you in astral, which you are going. People got fantasy about you when
Yes.
they watched the movie. They kind of died with the fantasy. They didn't want to sleep with you, and I
Yes.
could do that. And I would want to know more. And even leaders on Earth did that. So you kind of went in astral and talked to them, or tried to explain to them some few things. That's what I see.
Yes. Well, yes, it happened pretty much the way that you're seeing it. Yes.
Yeah. So you kind of explained they created energy pockets for the fantasies. So there was a lot of clearing out there for you.
Well, obviously the full story is not there as for the movie that was made of me. As
Yeah.
people are not ready for, well, many are, but their general audience, it was made for mostly a general audience. You don't want to lose people, but it can be a lot more complicated. It could have been a lot more. It was made seem, you can say dumbed down for the masses, but that's fine. That's, it was, it's supposed to be silly. So, for a good reason.
I
That's
also
fun.
see you sitting on a huge chair.
Yes.
You're sitting like this. This is your favorite position on the chair?
Something like that, yes.
Like, this is my chair. Like, I'm sitting here and like I own the space. Like,
But I don't fly around a ship that has carpet everywhere.
red
Like,
carpet.
or yes, I don't have that type of environment. I don't fly around, and I don't want to go into details, but it's not something I was.
You don't wanna, I don't know. It's like chains, like gold. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was more of a fantasy depiction. All that was striptease at the beginning was a fantasy depiction, basically. But it got people's attention, so that was the whole point of it.
Yeah. Floating around, and you mean the movie? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. I watched the movie, but I see other stuff than just the movie. I connect to so much energy there. So for me, watching a movie isn't just watching a movie like people do
Yes.
in TV. I connect suddenly and see different stuff and have another story in my subconscious, which I think it's funny.
Yes, but you're seeing like the real movie. You're seeing the Earth's version of the movie, but also seeing the galactic story that's connected to it, or the true story. It's not always a galactic story to everything, but you're seeing beyond what is being shown. Yes.
Cool. So, what is there more about? What can you say? Do you have any own words you want to fill in that I didn't?
Any words for your not to take this world too seriously, and too many are just too serious about this reality. It is, yes, third dimension is going to sleep, meaning the dimension is, yes, it is letting go as more of the fourth dimension. You're becoming more, yes, a galactic energy, space people you're turning into, and you're just, this is the early stages of it. It's not something that you're going to easily jump right into, as many of you are already, but that energy alone is helping speed it up. So that's all I have for this time. Unless you're going also, if there's anything else.
That's very nice, and thank you. And if there will be more, we'll connect later.
Yes, please. Yes, I can help you with galactic knowledge on your world if you wish.
Of
As
course.
yes, many there is archon agendas here. Mostly it's in your religions. If you're wanting to see, is basically to control the mind, as you can say. So massive gnosis.
And I'm gladly taking positive downloads from you.
Yes.
It's fun with your energy there.
Yes.
And personality, of course. So thank you for coming.
Yes. Blessings to you all. Good day.